We like to give this seminar called A Screenplay Development from the Inside Out, which is based upon our book. We speak all over in LA and actually all over the world on various subjects because Monica and I started 2 years ago ESC Film Workshops Online, which is an online film school, if you will. You can, take it from the comforts of your home. And so we teach many different things that you don't learn in film school, including what we're going to talk to you about today, which is what happens to your screenplay when it's submitted to a studio. All right, so we'll just start with the bottom, which is, here we have the writer plunking out his screenplay.
And there are over
on this laptop.
And there are over 50,000 screenplays registered with the Writers Guild every year.
And you finish a screenplay and the work actually just begins, after the screenplay is written. Yeah, it takes a lot to get that on paper, but then what do you do with it? You can have it collect dust in your closet, or you need to get it out in the world. So you have 3 choices. You can go to an agent or manager, or you can go to a producer, a production company, or you can go directly to a studio, which we don't really recommend because unless you have a really close personal relationship with that studio executive, it's just going to get lost in the system. It will be in the system. Actually, it won't get lost. It will be in the system, and it will be hard to turn a pass into a play. So you have these 3 choices, but before you even get going, you need to know how to pitch your project to any of these so that they'll even be interested in reading your.
So what you need to make sure that you have is a dynamite bottom line, which is 1 or 2 sentences that's going to sell your story. And you need to have a really good query letter. And in your query letter, you don't want to have a laundry list of projects. You want to query 1 of your projects at a time. Don't query 3 of them.
As a whole genre, mixing is difficult for Hollywood in particular because they do like to pigeonhole you. But more than that, you know what it says to me as a producer when I get those letters? You've queried me with 6 screenplays. You know what it says to me?
You're successful.
What?
Nobody wants them.
Nobody wants them? You haven't sold them? What's going on? But if you do 1 or maybe 2, I might say 2 to the agent or manager, and they in turn can then submit it to either the studio if they want, or go to a production company.
And one of the best places for you to find these producers is the Hollywood Creative Directory. Do you all know about the Hollywood Creative Directory?
Bible of
the industry. Go to variety.com, click under charts, and then click under facts on packs. You'll get a list of all the studios all the production companies that have deals at the studios. And what that means is that these production companies are housed under the studio's umbrella with term deals. That could last anywhere from
do you know what a term deal is? Okay. First look deal. That's what a term, there's first and exclusive, and there's some even second look deals. But the first look deal is when a production company has done so well, or maybe they had 1 hit movie or whatever, the studio decides to put them under kind of a contract in which they will pay for their overhead, and sometimes they'll give a discretionary fund, though that's less and less these days. It depends on if you're Jerry Bruckheimer or not, And then for that, in return for the overhead, meaning an office, an assistant, Xeroxing, messengers if you still use them, that kind of stuff. They have to show the studio the material first before they can go to any other studio. And if the studio passes on that material, then the production company is free to go to other studios. Now, if you have an exclusive deal, which there are very few, but there were a few, I don't even know if there are, there might be 1 or 2 still left. And the exclusive deal is you are stuck. You go and you pitch your projects, you find the material, you go in and take your shot at the studio, and if they pass, you can't go anywhere unless you have negotiated outs, what they call outs in your deal with them, which is you might have 1 or 2 outs say, okay, I'm going to take my out now, and I'm going to go to another studio because I believe in this project.